Hello and welcome. We are still in a bit of a transition period, but I do have a goal. I want to make some money. I've made this joke before, but in real life and in the game. To do that, I need to start getting things done. Specifically, I want to make money with Barrows because I'm itching to get another piece of gear, and I can't possibly have worse luck than my last run at Barrows, right? What was that, like 50 something dry? Oh, 66. Yeah, that was brutal. So that's the plan. But before we start grinding those brothers, ayo, I want to get more bang for my buck, more cheddar with my cheese, more gold, okay? I want more money. So I will be venturing into completing the Hard Morytania diary in order to get that sweet boost in runes. Last I checked, the rune prices were pretty shit, so this might be a waste of time. But you know what? It's going to be my waste of time. So without further ado, let's get going. Here are the requirements for the Morytania Hard diary. I have almost none of these done, and some of these are going to take me a bit of grinding to get. I'm looking at you, piety. Man, I hate training prayer. Let's save that for last. For now, I'm going to get the quest requirements taken care of. We begin with King's Ransom, and as I look at the wiki for the requirements, it took me a bit too long to figure out why I did this in the first place. Completing this quest will give me access to the Night Waves training ground, which has the altar of nature that I need to pray at with piety active. So a problem for future Dool for sure. Present Dool, however, wants to get this started. We begin this quest by talking to Gossip, who is outside of the Sinclair mansion. As you may remember, we did our best Horatio Kane impression and solved this murder. However, Gossip tells us that the Sinclairs have up and moved after Anna was incriminated as the murderer of Lord Sinclair. But I don't think she was the person that I found guilty, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Hey, Gossip, are you sure you got this information correct? Who's your source? Wait, King Arthur and the knights are missing? That seems like something you should have led with, right? You're really burying the lead here. Sure, I'll go take a look around and see what I can dig up. We speak to this guard and he tells us that he believes that since Lord Sinclair gave the castle to King Arthur, there is a larger plot to reclaim the entirety of Camelot going on here. And I guess the seers of the village have forbid anyone from entering the castle, so now it's up to me once again to get this shit solved. Alright, I guess it's time. I swore I'd left this world behind me. Well, if someone comes asking for help, I can't just say no. This case must be solved. Just one last time. For old time's sake. Alright, now it's time to find some clues. Luckily, all these clues seem to have this really nice, shining, bright blue light, making them super easy to find. You'd think that a murderer would put some more effort into hiding these things, but I'll take an easy case when I can find one. After the clues, we speak once more with Gossip, and they have some more lore on the Sinclairs. Essentially, they are a super rich family, obviously. The father, Lord Sinclair, was friends with King Ulfus, and the children were real pieces of shit. Real nepo babies who were pissed that their father gave their mansion away. And we also find out that Anna is in the courthouse and is almost guaranteed to receive a guilty verdict unless we stop this. We meet up with Anna and she tells us that she is being framed for the murder. And I believe her because we didn't peg her as the murderer in the beginning, so yeah, she didn't commit the crime. Don't worry, Anna, I will represent you in the courthouse. Do you have a law degree? No, I've never been to law school. Have you passed the bar? I've passed by many bars in my life. I'm so fucked. Now it's time for the Phoenix Wright section of Runescape. Objection! I'm sorry, I've always just wanted to do that. Okay, now time for the trial. I begin by questioning the butler who refutes the dagger having any fingerprints of Anna's on it. The next is the dog handler, yada yada yada. Essentially every person that I call up here is able to prove that Anna is innocent, which is going to look great on my record. After we set Anna free, she's back to being a real bitch, but she tells us how to get back into Castle Camelot, so I guess, you know, all square. Ooh, we get a cutscene, hell yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck you. I can't believe you've done this. Hey, Morgan. How's it going, girl? Can we just be cool about this for a second? No? Alright. Ow. I feel like I should be able to take a single staff hit without going unconscious. Just saying. We wake up in the prison where all of the knights along with Merlin are being kept. Merlin tells us that Arthur is now a stone statue under guard of the Black Knights, and that the Sinclair twins and Morgan have teamed up to destroy the king and take over Camelot. Also, LaFay has stolen the Holy Grail. Shit, Merlin, anything else? What do you guys do around here? Aren't you supposed to be the king's guard? Highly trained, elite soldiers, that type of thing? Alright, I suppose it's up to me once again to solve all these problems. We free Merlin by shoving his ass through this vent, and then I steal the keys off this guard by using some magic. Merlin, aren't you supposed to be like an exemplary wizard? Couldn't you have just telegrabbed this? Never mind. Fucking Jesus Christ. With the help of some blue arrows, I crack the code and get the fuck out of this cell. Now we have to find the Holy Grail. This is some Indiana Jones shit right here, and we find it. After all of that, we need to save the king. We head to Wizard Property and let him know what's going on. We have to cast Animate Rock on the king statue just like we did in One Small Favor. So, putting my best disguise on, I sneak into the Black Knight's base and make my way to the king. A little abracadabra alakazam later, the king is a real boy once more, and he leaves. We teleport out and complete the quest by talking to the king back in the castle. And for our troubles, we get a bunch of defense XP and an experience lamp. All of this experience is going to get dumped right into agility. But most importantly, we gain access to the Knight's training grounds. The next prerequisite I need to complete is partial completion of the Great Brain Robbery. But I usually just prefer to complete these quests when I start them, so we're going to go all the way with that. Shh, quiet, let's just ignore Fairy Tale Part 2. That one doesn't count, okay? To start this quest, I need to sail to Mostly Harmless and speak to a Brother Tranquility. My brother in Christ, you're looking a little pallid. Do you need some food or something? You're looking bad. We speak to him and he explains that he and his fellow monks are in a bit of a pickle. Well, yeah, I can tell. And of course, being the hero we are, we accept. With that, Brother Tranquility teleports us to Harmony Island and something kind of quirky happens. My game fully fucking bugs and I can't continue with the quest right here. I don't know what happened, but every time I got teleported to Harmony Island, I was supposed to be able to talk to the brother, but my guy just kind of freaks out that there's zombies all around and I get teleported out of it. And yeah, that sucked. But in all seriousness, I just needed to restart my game because I was stuck in that weird loop. After a quick reload, I'm able to continue the quest, thankfully. I head to the statue of Saradomin and I pull that shit with my massive 70 strength. Heading down, we find ourselves under the sea like Sebastian. With some prayers up, I make my way to the stairs that need repairing. After we take care of that, I must do a little bit of eaves peeping. And we see Migor and Sorebones talking about some plague they're trying to unleash. That doesn't sound great. So let's do something about that, shall we? Tranquility says there is some kind of prayer that can pray the poison away. How convenient. So we head over to the Edgeville Monastery and steal this prayer book. After looking through the book, it tells us that we need to equip a holy symbol and recite the prayer. So we do exactly that. Now that the poison is gone, the zombie monks want their brains back. So, naturally we go and talk to Dr. Frankenstein. He agrees to help us after a little convincing. Yeah, dude, I'll totally put in a good word for you. So you really mean it? Yeah, of course. I'll let her know. Also, we promise like a better life or something. He's cautious of the travel that needs to be made, so we need to find a way to transport him. Rufus is going to be our main man for this right here. Essentially, we tell Rufus that we need to transport 10 cats to Harmony Island because we want to eat them away from prying eyes. Ugh. So off to my workshop I go and I create 10 wooden cat toys that will definitely fool Rufus. Once those are made, I head back into the castle and create the crate. That took me so many times to say right. I want you to know that. In the crate, we make a false bottom and stuff the doctor in there. Nah, Rufus, trust me, these things are good to go. They're not moving? Damn, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm getting real hungry, so we should like move this along, don't you think? With the doctor safely transported, we are teleported back to Mostly Harmless and pick up some materials. A fuse, a tinderbox, and a keg of black powder. I know where this is going. We blow a hole into this building and kill a bunch of zombies for the loot that they contain. After gathering all the materials for the surgery, the doctor must do his great and awful work. I love this little cat, it's such a nice touch. It's too gruesome for our eyes, so Jagex is protecting us. Thank you, I appreciate that. After the surgery, there's really only one thing left to do, and that is to take down Migor, the mastermind behind all of this. I gear up and prepare for this epic encounter. Incredible, we've done it. And for our troubles, I get this sick fucking anchor. I looked up how much it costs to repair, and let's just say I'm gonna be doing that once I got a little bit more wiggle room. The quest is now complete, the lamp once again goes into agility, and we are now 2 steps closer to completing the Morytania Hard diary. And I think that's where we're going to end today's episode. In the next one, I'm going to continue working towards this smaller goal. So until then, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.